What's up, guys? Coach Dave here. I am in the podcast room. They're doing all sorts of construction around and it's pretty loud out there. So I came into our podcast room. And first of all, if you have not checked out the Madcast podcast, you should definitely check it out. We interview a lot of the mad athletes and different people, starting with fitness, and then we branch out from there. We talk about everything. We have a couple drinks. Like, it's a lot of fun. We learn some of the amazing things that go along with fitness and achieving amazing things in life and overcoming hurdles. And it's just about people, man. It's about great people. Russell is my producer. He and I have a great time and interviewing just, all the amazing different athletes we've worked with. And I have some surprise. There's a lot of surprises, actually. You learn some things. I've even coached some people for 10, 12, 15 years and learned something new on the podcast. So you should definitely check out the Madcast podcast. The other thing I want to say is, if you like this stuff, man, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I really want to start putting a lot of what Mad Athletes does on YouTube, and we're going to start with this video. This is the dude, I'm stoked about this video. This is the one thing you can do right now. This drill can elevate your touch and go snatch like no other drill can. Okay, this is a drill you want to put in. So if you watch some of these videos right now, I'm going to put up Aaron hitting some touch and go snatches, man. He's going to go boom, boom, boom. You'll see him pick him up. Boom. This is a moderate heavyweight right here. Not super heavy. Look how fast he's going. Look at his resets, flat back. Okay, I'm going to show you the drill that we use to do that. We're going to look at Meg. Meg does it too. Meg's really strong. Boom, hits that touch and go, slides it. She just goes right to the floor, right? But her back is flat. She's not putting herself in compromising position, okay? Then you can look at Lauren. If you wait till the end of the video, I'll put this entire video up of Lauren doing Isabel unbroken. And this drill, if you put it into a cycle, we have a Mad Barbell cycling 7-week, 8-week course. If you put that into it, you can definitely go unbroken for Isabel. It's possible. It's possible. And now Lauren does that. I'll put that at the end of the video. And then you can see, like, in action, Carly doing a workout for TFX this year, the Fittest Experience, which is a great competition. The Fittest Experience this year, and it was run and snatch for the remainder of time. It went every 2 minutes. And you can see her starting with touch and go. So if you can learn, guys, how to touch and go in the best, most efficient manner possible, then it can elevate your game. Because the workout, I'll use this workout from the Fittest Experience as an example. The workout was run 200, snatch for the rest of the duration. It was a 2-minute interval, rest a minute. You did that 3 times. Well, the weights varied based on your age group. I think Carly was doing 105 and she is 40 to 44 age group. Everybody's going to do singles. Like, the pack is in the middle going to do singles. But if you're coming and you want to be competitive and you want to win that WOD, I want to be at the top 5, you're going to have to do some touch and goes. I think the top score for the men's RX division was 47. So you have about a minute each round-ish. You run fast, but you got to start the bar right away. And so you have, let's say, just over a minute, even 90 seconds. The leading score for the males RX was 47 reps. Carly won that WOD in her female masters 40 to 44 with 37 reps. You're not going to get to that high of reps by just doing singles, even fast singles. It's not going to happen. You have to learn how to do some touch and goes. And we have the open coming up. This is a great time to do touch and goes, right? To learn how to touch and go with lightweight, moderate weight, even some heavy weights. Even if you say, hey, man, I can do 3. I can get 1 rep quicker than the guy next to me or the gal next to me. That's what we want. And that's what this drill is designed for. I'll tell you when to put it in your cycle and how to do it. But let's take a minute and talk about the drill, right? So if we find this drill, this touch and go drill, we're going to watch right here, Chelsea and Aaron doing it. It's a very simple drill. You want to power snatch up, like it's a great power snatch, boom, up to the top. Watch Chelsea here. She's just going to snatch it up. Pause right at the top of the hip, slide down, pause again at the top of the knee. So there's really 2 pauses, 3 if you count the one overhead. Pause at the hip, slide down, pause above the knee, touch, go. right? And so the reason we're slowing it down is to work on our great resets. We want a flat back. We want our eyes forward. These are your points of performance, guys. Flat back, eyes forward. Okay, I pause at the hip. I pause right above the knee and touch, go. You can see Aaron in the background doing the same thing, right? They're doing the same thing. Touch, go. Up fast, down in a much more controlled manner. Now, as you get better, as the weeks progress and you get better, you can go to where you can do one of these like Meg or Aaron do in the original videos, like this video right here, where you see, Meg just like boom, touch and go, right? You can see her do it, boom, up. And you can do variations of that even in competition. If you need to slow it down, you can slow it down and regain that control if you feel like you're losing control. But remember the key points, right? For the drill, pause at the top of the hip, pause right above the knee, touch, go. And when you come down, you want to be above your shoelace. This is a drill where you want the bar close to you. You want it to slide on your thighs, especially if it's a little bit heavier weight, right? And two of the great benchmarks for CrossFit are Isabel, okay, right? And that's an amazing, how often are we gonna, touch and go? And that's a great tester for this as well. A lot of times what I'll do is we'll put in this in our cycle, our 8-week barbell cycling course. And then at the end, we'll test with Isabel. And you saw a little teaser of Lauren doing some touch and goes, man, and this was just amazing. I don't think she was even planning on going unbroken, and you can see her just boom. She's just reset. It looks the same every time, and that's what we want. We want that type of consistency so that, number one, you can be fast, but also you can be safe and efficient, okay? And that's what we want in a workout, because most of the time you won't be doing just Isabel by itself, but Isabel's a great tester, right? Most of the time you'll be pairing it with something else, like couplet. It'll be, running and snatch, just like Carly did, or it'll be anything else, toe to bar and snatch, something like that. But even if you can do 3 touch and goes or 2 at the end, in Carly's workout, her last round, I think she hit 2 touch and goes at the very end. And so she got that extra rep in. Okay. I think she won by 3 reps, but you don't know, you really want to take advantage of that. And if you can become efficient in this, it's the best way. So the question is, how do we implement this simple drill? Okay, this is how I would set up the drill, or how I normally set up the drill. So what I'll take is one day, let's say it's Monday. We're gonna do snatches on Monday. Okay, we're gonna do our snatch, touch and go drill. Sometimes, depending on where we're at volume wise, I might incorporate some regular snatches with that, warm it up and then hit touch and go, because touch and go, we're going fast. So our touch and go drill, what I'll write is maybe 3 or 4 sets of 5. We're gonna do 5 touch and goes. I don't care what the weight is. It can be just the bar. I really don't care. I care what your positions are. I want flat back, eyes forward, bars close to you, okay? I don't want you on your toes early. I want you to stay flat-footed as long as you can. And then you'll, of course, come up onto your toe, right? And I want you to pause at the hip for a split second. I pause. I slide the bar down, very controlled. I'm not going fast. I pause above the knee, and then I hit the floor. And as soon as I hit the floor, I'm coming up quick. Boom, explode up. Same thing for 5 reps. Okay, maybe that's 45 pounds, 55 pounds, 65 pounds, whatever that is. You do your set of 5. Let's say it's pretty simple. Okay, it's pretty easy. It doesn't tax you that much. You have great, your coach that is watching you says, man, your back is flat, your resets are great. Maybe a little correction here or there, but nothing major. Okay, let's add weight. Next set of 5, we add a little bit of weight. Okay, we start to hit that threshold training. That's what we like to do, right? We like to train right at the edge. Okay, but number 1, we're safe. That's what we want. Number 1, safety. Okay, so then we do our second set. That's pretty good. Okay, and we go to our third set. Let's say we started at 45 and then we went to 65 and now we're at 85, and maybe that's where we start to break down, right? We're like, okay, I'm gonna stay at 85, and let's say this goes for 8 weeks, right? I'm gonna stay at 85. I'll start at 75 next week, and then try to go 75, 85, 95. Okay, and then what I might do is put 3s in after that. So let's say we do 4 sets of 5 and then 3 sets of 3. And the threes obviously were heavier. I could do 85, 95, and maybe 105, or maybe it's 135. It doesn't matter. Like Aaron can touch and go. You saw Aaron in the background. I've seen him touch and go with 245 for a set of 3 or 4. Yeah, I mean, he might can do 5 with 245. He's really strong. That is the other part of this, the second part, right? So we put it in Mondays. We're going to do snatch, touch, and go. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to do this for 8 weeks. Every Monday, we're going to do snatch, touch, and go drill for 8 weeks. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to gradually ramp our weights up. Okay, the idea is to increase our weights, progressive resistance, right? Increase our weights every week, at least a little bit. And that might not happen. It doesn't have to be perfect. One week you might say, man, I really sucked at last week. I'm just going to maintain so that I can have my good technique first. That's the most important. Number one, good technique, right? Then number two, we add weights when our good technique is good, right? And then that's how we progress, okay? So if we start at, let's say we start at 65 pounds week 1, by the time we're at week 8, maybe we're starting at 95 pounds, it depends. So that's how we set up that drill. And where I'll put it is we'll warm up. We'll do, it depends on where you're at, depends on a lot of things. We'll do some skill work, good warm up, skill work, core work. I like to do core at the beginning a lot. And then we'll warm up our barbell. We'll do barbell mobility, which is a great way to warm up your barbell. We might do snatch or a snatch drill, snatch balance, something like that. Then we're gonna add our touch and go drill in because we're gonna go fast. And so a lot of times I'll do the touch and go drill. We'll do our 3 sets of 5 or 4 sets of 5, increasing weights. 3 sets of 3, increasing weights. And then I might put it in a wad. And I might say, okay, this is what we're going to do. Let's just say it's an EMOM. In the first minute, we're going to do 7 reps or 5 reps, touch and go. And then the flip side of that is 40 double unders on the next minute. Or maybe I'll just have it be a couplet and say, we're going to do 5 touch and go snatches. They have to be touch and go, 40 double unders, 4 rounds for time. You can pick the weight. A lot of times with touch and go drills, I'll let them pick the weight and make sure advise them that it's a lightweight. I'd rather be too light than too heavy. Okay. And then we do that for 8 weeks, developing that and improving that. I can combine it with some other things as well, some other EMOMs, some other things and that's what we do in our course. Like we combine it with other things to improve. So we during that cycle, we're not only improving our touch and go, we're doing touch and go, not just snatch, but we're also doing clean and jerk with some other drills. And we're doing maybe improving our capacity with bar muscle ups or ring muscle ups or handstand push-ups or whatever. So you can combine that. But the idea is like you come in once a week for 8 weeks, then you're vastly improved. And where do you put it in your cycle? Normally we roll this in after our strength cycle. Our strength cycle, the goal is to build a bigger engine, get smaller. Now I can move heavier weight much easier. I can move moderate weight much easier and have this bigger engine. Well, these touch and go drills are designed to, okay, now let's add our technique and finesse back into it. Okay, so then at the end of the 8 weeks, I can test with a wad like Isabel. Okay, 30 power snatches or 30 snatches for time. Okay, 30 snatches, let's go. And then hopefully you can get to a point where your technique is perfect and your strength is to a point where that weight, 95, 135, 95 for the females, 135 for the males, is manageable enough that you can go, I mean, maybe it's 5 unbroken, maybe it's 10, but that puts you to a good start. Then you pick up the bar, maybe you're doing 2s and then maybe singles, but you're PRing your Isabel because of that. Or the obviously top end of the spectrum is, hey man, I can do this unbroken at RX. And that's exactly what Lauren does at the end of this video. So guys, this is the #1 drill. You can incorporate it today. You can do it. Make sure you warm up, do all the great things that you're supposed to do. Eat your protein, do your recovery, stay hydrated, like those things, okay? But technique first, okay? And then we add the weight progressive resistance second, okay? This drill will change your barbell cycling. It will make you the amazing barbell cycler, and people will wish that they could do what you could do. Incorporate this drill. If you've got questions, hit me up. check the link in the bio. You can sign up for the course. We'll give you a discount. Like and subscribe. And, it's awesome, guys. Rock and roll. Oh, check out the Madcast podcast. We're all about mad athletes here. We're trying to impart our knowledge to the world. So, I hope you guys have a great day. Bless all of you and rock and roll.